Now I have your attention. Today I'm going to be doing something that will probably give me the willies, but I thought it was important to just have a look and, you know, go onto a corner of the internet that maybe I don't agree with, but they might be able to change my mind. And that is the Dogfree subreddit. And you may think, oh, Dogfree, just people who, you know, they're not maybe big fans of dogs, or they don't like dogs that much, or they don't have dogs. No, these people despise them. I think a lot of them have murderous intent. And, you know, I don't want to put that on them, but some of the verbiage is interesting, to say the least. But a brief description in their own words. This subreddit is for those who do not like or own dogs, to discuss modern day dog ownership and its effects on society. This is our corner of the world. Weigh in from dog owners is off topic and disallowed. Thank you for respecting our space. Oh yeah, imagine not having an echo chamber that you live in. That would be awful. On the respect part, we'll see. We'll see if I have respect. I get no respect, so maybe I won't respect. We'll see, you know? No respect. My wife, she doesn't respect me. She has sex with other men. Off topic. Alright. Now, because we're new on this subreddit, alright, I want to check the rules, alright? I want to make sure that I'm not breaking any. You know, as much as I may disagree, I'm a rule follower, okay? I've never broken a rule in my life, okay? You can go back through my years of life, okay? I've never jaywalked. I've never done anything illegal, ever. Never sped, not even 1 kilometre over. Is my nose growing? No animal abuse or violence. Well, that's a good start. That's a good rule to have. I'm glad you have that rule. No disclaimers or dog owner input. I'm about to have input, and I do own a dog. And he's black and white, so racially ambiguous. He's old, and he's fat. No bigotry. Far out. What? Anyway, that's enough rules, alright? As much as I love rules, I'm all ruled out. There's too many rules on this place. 11? You need 11 rules? In my place, 1 rule. There are none. Which is a terrible rule, to be honest. We probably should have some rules. Alright, let's see if these people have a point about dogs. That is cold. Okay, well. Dog culture in movies. This is going to be a cinephile and a dog hater, because I don't know if I can handle that. I don't know if I can handle the two pretentious sides coming together. I just don't know if I can. I don't know if I can handle it. My brain may explode. Listen, I love a film as much as the next guy, but some people just need to fucking pull it back. You're not a director, shut the fuck up. I've been sitting on this post for a while. Why would you be sitting on it for? That seems like a weird thing to be doing with a post. And it was going to make a separate one for the day after tomorrow. After watching someone's review of John Wick, which I've never watched, I thought I should stop procrastinating, lol. After a long wait, I finally got to watch the day after tomorrow. As far as ridiculous disaster movies go, it was interesting enough. But it also features some dog nuttery as part of the plot. I mean, I remember that movie. I remember there being like 1 dog in one scene. You were watching the movie, you're going, this is a good movie, and then you went, oh, there's a dog. I hate this movie. You're that laser focused? Really? A character has a dog. Whatever. But then he brings it into the library. Well, yeah, he brings it in the library because fucking Manhattan's flooding. Security guard tells him the dog cannot be in there. I know we're supposed to think the guard is a big meanie, but all I'm wishing is that the guard was not just a fictional character in a movie. Was the guard your favourite character in the movie? Did you enjoy him? Did you enjoy his performance? Well, I mean, in any other circumstance, I'd be like, yeah, fair enough. But when the whole of fucking New York is flooding, I'm like, brother, just let the dog come with the owner. I feel like that's a fair thing. In any other circumstance, if he was just walking into the library with the dog, I'd be like, okay, yeah, maybe you shouldn't take the dog in the library. But there is literally a natural disaster going on. You know, some rules get bent. Not like that. Later on, people are hunkered down in the library and the dog starts barking for no freaking reason. It barks reverberate through the cavernous room. Very headache-inducing. I don't even know what to say. It's just, I feel like you're making a lot out of nothing. I mean, reading this I'm confused. I don't even know what's going on. Now, if I'd seen this movie years ago, I'd have brushed it off as a dumb scene. What, until you became cold and lifeless, and now you're like, this is what's wrong with movies these days. The dogs. But now it actually irritated me. I feel like that's a you problem. Why are you irritated by a dog in a movie? That feels like a weird issue to have. Like, how neurotic do you have to be to go, oh, I can't believe you let the dog in the library when there was a natural disaster happening. That really pissed me off. How insane do you have to be? What kind of psycho goes, Dad, I'm gonna explode with anger. Now, I know I'm one to talk, alright? There's little things that piss me off, but this seems inconsequential to anything. Like, there are bigger things happening in life. This is the thing that pisses you off? This pushes you over the edge? Like, what hatred in your heart do you have to go, dog insane, make me mad? I don't know, it just seems insane. If you were around 70 years ago, you may have been put into a padded room. And would that have been fair? 50-50, time would tell. In part because that scenario is no longer limited to being an idiotic idea in a fictional setting. Prior to seeing this movie, I'd seen 2012. In that one, the character drowns saving a dog. This leaves me with the impression that Roland Emmerich is a big-time dog nutter. Well, no, maybe because he's like, most normal people at least have sad feelings when an animal of any type is drowning. Let me invoke some emotion with this certain scene. A lot of people have dogs. I mean, it's not all conspiracy. It's okay. He may have, however, inadvertently shown the negative aspects of dog worship. Death and the possibility of being in an uncomfortable situation. Facing death and having to listen to some shrieking dog whose presence serves no purpose. So what I've just read, what I'm getting from that is you would never put yourself in harm's way to save, I would say, anyone else, but let alone a dog. Anyone who doesn't serve a purpose to you, whose presence doesn't serve a purpose, is of no purpose to you, and you are very selfish. I mean, I'm getting a lot of these different notes that are hitting. Just from that, half a sentence. Do you not sometimes wake up and go, do I have something in my brain, a worm possibly, that is controlling me day in, day out, that has eaten the empathetic part of my brain, possibly? I mean, I get it. You might not like dogs, fair enough, that's okay, but this seems a little over the top, don't you think? Do you dedicate a lot of your life to this? I mean, you're in a subreddit about it, I assume you do. What really ticked me off, however, we're just scratching the surface of your annoyance, it seems. What really ticked me off, however, in the day after, was when some wolves were shown attacking people and then being killed. So the good guys can kill canine characters in movies, just only if they're naturally occurring variety, and not man-made mutants that gift us with nothing but pestilence and social drama. I don't think that's what the movie was portraying. It wasn't making a stance like, oh, this is okay. It was just like, oh, survival of the fittest. It seems like a bit of a overanalyzation of that scene in the movie. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't think it was yes, it's good to kill natural canines, as you put it. I don't think that's what the scene was putting across. I think it was just like, oh, the things you have to do to survive. That's my take on it anyway, but maybe you're of a higher being than me, so maybe I'm completely wrong, who knows. Alright, on to John Wick. Like I wrote, I've never seen this movie, but I watched a guy talking about it on YouTube. Alright, let's say we accept the premise that the dog John Wick was upset about held special meaning to him because it was a gift from his dead wife. I can actually swallow that premise. For a limited time, dog people have taken just about all my patience. I'll give it to you, you are very obsessive, keep on it. But then, at the end of the movie, he goes and gets another dog? What? Not just any dog, but the clip I saw, it looked like a pit bull. He got a pit bull? That's scary. The breed that would happily tear apart its original pet. So I guess the specialness of his dead wife's gift was not so special after all. Just because he got another dog doesn't mean the previous dog was any less special. I don't think that's how that really works. But also, it's a movie about a guy who kills like 1,000 dudes. It's not that deep. Again, I could brush it off as just a movie, as you should, but, you're you, and you're neurotic, so you won't. Up until recently, dog nuttery limited to movies didn't bother me. But now you're taking a stand, and I'm glad you are. That's good on you for taking, for something, a stand for something. It's a very weird thing to take a stand on, but good on you. At least you got something to wake up for every day. Growing up, I watched All Dogs Go to Heaven. Okay, before I even read this, what are you going to say about All Dogs Go to Heaven? It's an animated movie about a dog and a child and their relationship. How are you going to make this all about you and your hatred for dogs? Please, I can't wait. I could differentiate between cartoon dogs and reality. Well, I'm glad you could. If you couldn't, I'd be worried that someone is not taking their medicine properly. I still sort of like the movie for its nostalgia, but in real life, dog worship has eroded my tolerance. Wait, so what's this got to do with All Dogs Go to Heaven? What? I don't understand what the point of bringing that up is. As I said before, let's try and keep this succinct, please. While watching the dog barking at nothing in the library scene, I got really irritated. Because I can see a real world scenario where there is a real life disaster, wildfires or hurricanes, anyone? But why would it matter if the dog barked? It's not like A Quiet Place where, the dog barking will attract some fucking monsters. It's a fire. What, because it might annoy you a little bit? You know, it would make you uncomfortable, and we wouldn't want to make you uncomfortable. We wouldn't want that. We wouldn't want you uncomfortable, because that's just not on. We won't let the children in either, because they can be loud, can't they? They can be loud. Anyone who may speak at a tone that's higher than what should be, not letting them in either. We'll let them burn. Fuck them. And spaces intended for humans will be forced to cater to dogs as well. So what you're saying is, if there were people who brought their animals with them to a shelter where they were, you know, waiting for a fucking hurricane or a wildfire to, you know, dissipate, you would be like, no, I think we should leave them at their houses so they can burn to death. You know how insane that sounds? Do you know how insane you sound right now? You're like, you know what? No, it's a human place only. Fuck the animals. Animals, no, they can burn to death. They can die a horrible death in the wildfire, you know? Because I don't want to be affected. I don't want to be affected, so they can have a horrible death. They can die painfully and slowly in a fire, or get whipped up into a hurricane, and they can just die, because I don't want to be uncomfortable. If I'm uncomfortable, there's going to be a problem. Don't get picky or choosy about where you want to sleep, or next to whom, because it's an emergency. So good luck if you have to bunk next to someone's emotional support pit bull, or flea-ridden yappy little nightmare. Oh, please. You made up this hypothetical, you've pissed yourself off over it, and the tone you use is as if you're in the right. I don't know how you can think that. How could you think that you're in the right here? In a hypothetical, mind you. It's not even a real thing that's happened. What? It's Melbourne Cup Day, alright? After I film this, I'm gonna watch some horses run, and maybe win some money, and drink a couple of these. Is there really any problem with that? Can't a man just sit back and watch some horses run and have a drink? Is there something so bad about that? Another reason why I'm drinking is because I'm back on the Dogfree subreddit. I know, I don't want to be here either, but I feel it's imperative. Because I want to check up. I want to see if their kind of rhetoric has shifted a little bit. Probably not, but I can live in hope. Last time I only went through one post on here because it was so insane that I just had to go through every detail of it. And it's good to see, looking at the members, that they haven't really gone up that much. I think it was around 67,000 last time, so it's gone up by 1,000 members in how many ever months. I can deal with that. You know, 68,000 people that are insane makes sense. You know, I would be expecting more insanity, but 68,000, that's easily dealt with. Stop feeling like you have to have an acceptable reason to hate dogs. I feel like if you hate anything, there should be an acceptable reason. You know, you shouldn't just hate something for the sake of it. This forum on Reddit is great, and hopefully someday we'll end all dog nuttery. Yes, your little subreddit is going to end ownership of dogs. That's what's going to happen. This little fucking subreddit right here, it's going to do that with your 68,000 members. But too many on here I see people seem to use things like dog allergies. If you're going to type out something, proofread it, alright? I'm sick of reading stupid people's thoughts and they're not in a succinct way. Just do it. Get it done. Alright, if you want me to read whatever the fuck this is, do it right or don't do it at all. But too many on here I see people seem to use things like dog allergies in not liking or wanting to be around dogs. You don't need reasons like that to dislike dogs. Well, I mean, I think having allergies is an acceptable excuse to not really be a fan of a dog, because every time you're around a dog you start sneezing or coughing or whatever. I find that acceptable. You know, hating dogs because of that is a little insane. Like, you know, not liking them, fine, I can deal with that. I hate dogs because they're noisy. Here we go again. Grammar, it's important. They noisy? No. Tisk tisk. They're noisy. Obnoxious, unsanitary animals that society has deemed I have to tolerate. The same as I tolerate people. You sound like someone in a restaurant who would just complain about the most inane things. But dogs are not people. Oh, they're not? Well done, you get an award. They are animals, and one of the worst animals on the planet. I don't know about that. There are definitely worse animals on the planet. So if you feel like you have to have some legitimate excuse for disliking dogs, I'm telling you that you don't. 50 years ago, you may or may not have been put in a padded cell. Dog owners aren't environmentalists. Proceed. Any dog owner who considers himself or herself an environmentalist is completely full of it. Yeah, because owning a dog is destroying the environment. Not, big corporations, not plastics, not this, that, or the other. No, it's the people who own dogs. Your dog is completely unnecessary personal property item that's a huge strain on the environment. How? Please explain. I'd argue no one needs a dog to survive. Yeah, well, no one needs a lot of things to survive. You need food, water, shelter. A lot of shit you don't need to survive. I'd argue pets are up there because it's companionship. People, there are lonely people out there. Having a pet helps. That's one thing I can think of that helps you survive. Companionship. Not even people with handicaps. Oh, really? They virtually do nothing useful for society anymore. They're an environmental destructing luxury. I could get behind you maybe if you gave a fact as to why they are. Elaborate. You can't, because you don't have anything to back it up. You're just putting your own vitriol behind an opinion that you have that's not actual fact. And it's fine to have an opinion, but to have it as actual fact and to not back it up, then, you're getting into murky waters. You're getting in deep, alright? And the lifeguards aren't going to save you. Sister's dog going to be staying at my house. Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? You may never recover from this. This may be the end for you. I'm so upset. My sister is going out of town next weekend. She has a rambunctious dog. What are you, 80? Rambunctious? And my dad, a dog nutter. It's close to being a racial slur, I reckon. I reckon we could put that up there. Put it on the board. Note to self, don't put a board of slurs behind me in the green screen, okay? We'll leave that one out. My dad, a dog nutter, said that he can stay at our house while she's out of town. He's so loud and annoying. Oh, it's like the end of the world for these people. It's not that bad. Relax. It's a week, You can keep him in the backyard. I don't know what to tell you. Or to be fair, I don't know if I'd want my dog staying at this person's house, because they're likely to kill him. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. Just, not out of, out of malice, just out of pure neglect. Because imagine having to look after something other than yourself. That would be awful. I can't imagine doing that. Ugh. He's so loud and annoying. Having him stay over at the house is going to ruin my entire weekend. The weekend is the only time I have to myself since I work full time, Monday to Friday. The only time I have to catch up on sleep. But that dog starts barking and wanting to play at 5 a.m. We've had to watch him before, and he does this every time he's here. My dad condones this behaviour. Condones this behaviour. It's a fucking dog, you dork. Condones this behaviour? Are you listening to yourself? Alright? Are you listening to yourself? It's not going around biting kids. It's just like, oh, it's up early, and just lets him bark and wake me up. My dad agreed to watch him without taking my feelings into consideration. Wait. Hold the fort. Hold on. I didn't realise this. I thought, and I was kind of like a little bit, oh, your dad said, oh yeah, you'll watch him. That's weird. But you're living at your dad's house? If your dad owns the house and he said to your sister, oh, I'll look after this dog for you while you're away, you have no say in it, unless you have some type of allergy, right? Something that'll affect you, other than, oh, I get woken up early. Then, no, you get no say in it, okay? So this whole post is irrelevant already. I've gone halfway through it and I feel like I've wasted my time because it's irrelevant. I thought the dad went, oh yeah, your sister can take care of it. But no, it's at his house, where you live. My dad agreed to watch him without taking my feelings into consideration. Like it would have been easier for everyone if she would just take him to a kennel service for the weekend. I'm tired of feeling like my dad puts my sister and her dog before me. You are so full of yourself. Are you hearing yourself? Are you for real? Oh, everyone's putting their feelings above my feelings. My feelings are the only one that matter. I can't wait until I can move out and live in a dog-free environment. You're living in a house that your father owns, I'm assuming. You get no say in it. If my parents, because I still live with my parents, have you seen the economy? If my parents were like, yeah, we're having this dog, which I wouldn't care anyway, obviously. This is probably a terrible analogy, but if they said, oh, this person's going to stay over, even if I don't like it, what am I going to do? Go, no, I don't think they should, because, it's my space as well. No, it's not. My name's not on the fucking mortgage, is it? So, you suck it up. That's how it works. That's how the real world works, okay? The whinging is diabolical, and it makes my blood boil beyond belief. I'm glad I'm drinking this, because holy fuck. And again, it's not about people not liking dogs. It's just the entitlement of it all. Really, truly, the entitlement of it all. Oh, I'm impacted by this certain thing, and that's why it should be banned. No, I don't want to see pictures of your doggo. Well, I get it when people call it a doggo. I don't like it either. It is embarrassing. I don't want to hear you call it that. It's a dog. It's a dog. It's under the banner, dogs are idiots. Pot meet kettle. The amount of times I've been asked, want to see pictures of my doggo? Or some type of iteration of that question is embarrassing. It's okay. Just, do you have any fun in your life? Like, I'm not saying you have to look at pictures of people's dogs, but like, I'm just thinking about just in general. Do you enjoy life? Are you just miserable? Like, what is the go? Like, there's got to be something deeper than just not liking dogs. Because there are people that I know that aren't big fans of dogs that aren't this miserable. It's insane. I know people who don't like dogs specifically, but they don't go on a subreddit and go, oh, I hate them. I hate them. They make my skin crawl, my blood boil. Oh! Having a dog doesn't make you special or interesting, nor is it impressive in the slightest. Unlike your life, I'm sure, which is very impressive. People using doggo in general to describe their mutt. That's a racial slur, mutt. Definitely. Put it on the list. Again, future me, don't put any list up of any slur, please. We don't want to get in trouble. Yet. Yeah, no, I don't like people saying doggo, but, you know, I'm not going to write a fucking 4-page article on it, am I? But what is worse is when they think it makes them unique or attractive. Do people think they're attractive if they have dogs? Is that a thing that people usually say? Yeah, that's right. I'm actually a 7 with a dog, because it just makes me more lovable and attractive. So, instead of the usual 5, I've been bumped up. No, I don't want to see your personality replacer. I'd rather talk to someone with actual hobbies, thanks. I hope one of your hobbies is hand gliding. Because it's interesting, not because of anything else. Forgive me, I'm losing my voice. Too much singing in the car. Yeah, I'm just a joyous man with a joyous song to sing. And I sang too close to the sun and now I'm losing my voice. But I'm going to power on because I'm a man of the people. I am the people. Today we're going to be looking at a group of people my friend coined dog incels. I wasn't really going to dabble in this group of people again, but funnily enough, a couple of weeks ago, a video of mine got shared by a dog cell. I don't know if we're going to call them that. We'll figure it out. We'll workshop it. It popped up, you know, I was on the toilet. I'm not going to tell you what I was doing. I was just sitting there, just minding my own business. And it said, this person shared your video. And I went, oh, that's interesting. And, well, they don't like me very much. But this isn't what this video is about today, okay? That's for next week, alright? That's for next week, so you're going to have to wait. But until then, I'm going to go back onto the Dogfree subreddit and see what's going on. What's going on with them, okay? They're a very angry group of people, and don't get it wrong, I don't have a problem with people not liking dogs. Don't like dogs, like dogs. Don't like cats, etc, etc. But these people will take it to another level. I feel like I've been kind to the Dogfree people. You know, I've called out some of their insane behaviour, but I've said I get some of their points, you know, where they're coming from, you know, oh, I got bitten by a dog when I was a kid. Okay, I get it, why you don't like dogs. The level of hate they have for them is above. I've been bitten by a dog before. I don't want to fucking throttle every dog I see. But yeah, I just wanted to go back onto this subreddit today and just, you know, read through some of their gripes, their grievances, you know, just to warm me up for next week when I go through a whole YouTube channel that's dedicated to this type of malfeasance, we'll say. It's sickening how many people have dogs in place of kids. Did Elon Musk write this? Okay, he's always talking about population collapse. Is this him? That bastard. That right cunt. Is he doing this? Dogs are more work than a kid over their lifetime. I'm no parent, but that's not true at all. You know how hard it is to keep a baby alive? Okay, dogs don't come with that little soft spot on the top of their head. I'd argue that's almost just straight up, babies are harder. If a dog came with a soft spot on its head, then you could argue it, but no. One wrong push and the baby's, well, you know, dead. Baby shoes never worn on Facebook Marketplace, dead. That's what I'm talking about. Kids quickly become more rewarding to raise and grow up, to be valuable members of society. Have you been around kids? Some of them are little hellraisers, alright? I wouldn't let them near anyone in society, let alone calling them a valuable member of society. You know, I'm not against kids, alright? Kids are good, alright? But all of them are valuable members of society? I wouldn't go that far. Knowing me, I'm still not a valuable member of society, okay? So, to be fair, that just might be me. But I'm thinking it's just the frontal lobe hasn't fully connected yet. So, I've still got a year. Kids aren't inbred affronts to nature. Have you been to Kentucky? That live only to destroy peace and property. My favourite thing about these people is they act like dogs are this, like, evil sublet of society that are just in the dark depths and we're just encouraging them to destroy everything in their path. I mean, have you ever seen a dog? Have you ever met a dog? They don't have that evil. Some of them might have a little bit of evil in their heart. Usually it's just, their instinct more than anything. But I don't think they're this evil affront that you think they are. I think you're giving dogs more credit than they probably deserve when it comes to the evil mastermind side of their ability. They need to stop forcing everyone to get a dog. Was that a government mandate thing that they did that I didn't hear about? I don't remember that. Another thing frustrating about dog culture... Oh, God. So you're telling me you posted before. What a surprise. Oh, top 1% poster. Well, there you go. Is how much they try to pressure everyone into getting a dog. Who's this entity that's pressuring you to get a dog? Where is it? Where is it? What schizophrenic phantom has been telling you to go get a dog? I don't think there is probably any. As if it's some universal requirement for a fulfilling life. People say, oh, it's, dogs are good, ever since I got a dog I've been happy, this, that and the other. They're not forcing you, they're just saying, oh, I've enjoyed owning this pet and it was fulfilling. I would recommend it, but they're not going, you, hey, come here, listen to me. If you don't get a dog, I'm gonna kill you, okay? Not everyone's as psychotic as you, understand? Good. From constant ads about adopting from shelters, to guilt-tripping messages about giving dogs a forever home. The push is relentless, yet they conveniently ignore the very real downsides of dog ownership. They never talk about how much time, energy and resources it takes. I know, imagine having to spend time on something that isn't you. That makes me sick. Dogs are expensive: vet bills, food, grooming, training, toys, and all the other costs add up quickly. Yet people know that when they're getting into buying a dog. Unless you're an idiot, you do know that, there's going to be some cost to it. So I don't think you have to put a little warning under these ads going, may contain vet bills, food, toys, etc. Because most people aren't that stupid. Although, the longer I live, the more I find maybe they are. Not to mention the constant responsibility. Responsibility. Not in my house. I hate that stuff. Animal shelters and adoption groups push the idea that everyone should adopt, but they rarely, if ever, mention these realities. Because everyone knows the reality of owning an animal. There's responsibility to it. There's time to it. There's money to it. Most people in their heads go, yes, these are the things that come with owning any animal, not just a dog. Why are you bringing this up as it's some, insane thing that no one's ever thought of? Are you telling me I have to spend money and take it for walks and, feed it and stuff? I didn't know that. They just act as if every single person is obligated to take a dog. And if someone chooses not to have a dog, dog culture treats them like they're heartless or missing out, when in reality, many people just don't want to take on the burden. We seem to live in completely different worlds, because I've never seen anyone who owns a dog go up to someone who just doesn't own a dog and just start pointing and screaming and going, hey, you heartless bitch, why don't you own a dog? What's wrong with you? You sick freak? What, don't take on the burden or the responsibility? Wow. What, you made a life choice that is different from mine? How dare you? The funny thing is, when you say all this, it really goes back on you, because people have made a life choice to own a dog and you vehemently disagree with it to a point that you're writing a 20,000 page essay about how bad it is and all the things that people don't think about before they own a dog. Even though most people, 95, 96, 97% of people go, oh yeah, there's things to owning a dog other than just having the dog. You stupid fool. Owning a dog should be a personal choice. What the fuck? Okay. I feel like I'm in a fucking skit. What's going on? Yes, it is a personal choice. You can decide to own a dog or not own a dog. Own a cat, not own a cat. Own a bird, not own a bird. Own a ferret. But in what fucking universe do you live in where it's governmentally mandated for you to own a dog? No one cares that much. Why do you think people care that much if you own a dog or not? I don't know, maybe it's from the point of view of you where you care so much about other people owning dogs that you think they care so much about you not owning a dog. Maybe that's why. Maybe maybe you're projecting. I think you are, going off this whole spiel about, I don't know, bullshit, but it's got to be. You're just projecting your own feelings towards people who own a dog. You think they have that same feeling towards you for not owning a dog. I don't know. Some people simply do not want stress, the expenses, or the mess that comes with it. And that should be completely okay. It's fine. You don't have to own a dog. No one's forcing you. It's completely fine if you don't want one. This is what I said at the start. If you don't like dogs, you don't have to own a dog. Who cares? No one cares. You care for some reason, but most other normal people do not give a shit. And once you realise that, then you'll feel so much better about just everything in life. Too much people have dogs. Dogs are the most overrated and overhyped creatures. Creatures. The amount of people that have dogs should be a lot less. Oh, okay. Alright, so people should take your personal choice and just deal with it, okay? Because it's your personal choice to not have a dog. But people that own a dog, their personal choice, I don't quite agree with that, and it should be a lot less. It's time to push back against this pressure to get a dog. You're creating the pressure on yourself. I don't know why you're doing this to yourself. You don't need to. You can just relax. Just relax, chill out. No one's putting pressure on you to have a dog. Live your life. Do whatever you want. You don't need to get a dog. No one said to get a dog. People shouldn't be guilted into dog ownership. I'm sorry, if you get guilted into owning a dog, that's on you. You're just a weak person. How about you have some fortitude and go, I don't want a dog, so I'm not going to get a dog. If you're being guilted into getting a dog, that's your fault. I don't know. Taking care of a dog is a huge responsibility. And it's unfair to force that onto people that don't want it. If someone doesn't want a dog, they don't need one. Well, we both agree on something that pretty much everyone else in the world agrees on. If you don't want to do something, you don't have to do it. This dog society... I can't even read this with a straight face. This dog society left me with no option... This satire. This dog society left me with no option than to become rich. I don't know. I don't. Yes, I do not think this trend of having dogs will decrease in the near future. At least not in this generation. So if I really want peace of mind, I might want to have a house in the middle of an acre of land so that I can stay apart from my neighbours and their loud parasites. Also, you're not rich. Oh, sorry, I thought this was coming from a person who is rich already and they're like, I've moved into a gated community. Every time my peace is disturbed by these animals, I keep motivated to make money, so eventually I can escape from this hell. Well, I mean, I guess it's better than having some guy like Andrew Tate you look up to and going, I want to be rich because I want to be like him. So I guess it's slightly better. But I think that's where I'll leave it. I think we get it. We get the point. These people are unhinged. I'll reiterate it again for the people who didn't hear the first time, or the second time, or the third time. You don't have to like dogs. People aren't pressuring you to get dogs. I don't know what demented mindset you're in, but this isn't a thing that's happening, okay? This is like people who think fucking JFK is still alive. It's not real. I'd argue these people are on the same kind of spectrum as incels, as I said at the start of the video, because they're just so enamored and just focused on this one group for no apparent reason. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, all their problems, everything in life, they just blame it on this one group, with this one subsect, and it makes no sense to the regular human being, to a normal person who has a job, who has family, friends, people that actually love them. They don't think about these things constantly. It doesn't corrupt their mind. It's not something they're constantly thinking about where they have to fucking put every thought about it onto a fucking subreddit. That's not what normal people do. Go outside, get a hobby. Do something that you find fun, that's not ranting about dogs just continuously on a subreddit. Yeah, I just don't get the obsession. It's just a weird thing to obsess over. Like, there are other things to life than worrying about what a dog's doing at any one time. You do know that, right? Bit of fun. It's fun for me anyway. I don't know about you guys, but it's fun. It truly is, just ranting and raving like a lunatic. I just got it. They love ranting and raving like a lunatic. Theirs is a little bit more specified. Mine's a bit more just all over the place. I kind of get it now. I kind of get, not the real true hate for dogs where you think everything should be exterminated, but I get the ranting. I do. It's nice. It's cathartic. Anyway, I'll see you later. Like and subscribe. Go and do something else now. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Go outside. Do it. Go touch grass, you freak.
Shifty Drongo. I love Shifty Drongo.